What's going on, guys? So a couple of days ago I put out my first impressions of the Mavic Mini, and I thought that would be the last video I would do on it for a while. However, I am still really curious about this, on how capable it is in professional environments. So a realtor called me up a couple of days ago and asked me to shoot this house. It's over by the lake, and I'm already done with the photos, but she did want a video on it, but I didn't bring my gimbal because, well, it's really gloomy out and it's not the best conditions to shoot a video, but it is a really interesting house. It's sort of old, but it's got really high ceilings, lots of wood. There is a lot of light in here, but it's sort of old. It's not the best for like a really professional video, but I thought it'd be cool to fly the Mavic Mini through the house to see how it could actually do. Also take some photos, we'll compare it to the Mavic 2 Pro and see how this actually does in a professional environment. Stick around. What's up, guys, and welcome back. My name's Original Dobo, and on my channel I do drone and tech related content. I try to take things from a totally different perspective, shall we say original perspective. So if you're into that type of thing, all I ask is that you either drop the video a like if you liked it, or just hit the subscribe button because I really do appreciate it. So anyways, we're gonna be flying the Mini through this house here. And like I said, it's got really high ceilings. I don't know if you can see behind me, but they are really high. It's like this beautiful wood. There's a lake out back here. So I'm going to do a full video walkthrough. I think I may shoot this in 1080p 60, but actually I think I may just use 2.7K 30 frames and just slow it down by 20%, which will give me sort of like that 24p look. And yeah, anyways, let me go ahead and get this thing started. We'll test it out and I'll go back to the office and give you my thoughts after I shoot the photos and videos with this. Like I said, I'm already done shooting the photos with the Mavic 2 Pro, so we'll also have something to compare it to. All right, let's get started. All right. Okay, so it's now 6:30 at night. I'm back home. I actually made a pit stop and went and flew some FPV with drone worship. Totally unlikely scenario. I'll talk about that in another video, but I'm overlooking some of the footage, taking a look at some of the video and the photos. And I'll start off with the video first because that's what this is all about, flying indoors. I was flying in the cinema mode, or the cine mode, or it's the C mode on the Mavic Mini. And I didn't have any prop guards on this, and it did really well. It's super stable inside the house. I didn't have any fear that I was going to wreck it, which is incredible. Another thing that this drone does really well is it can handle its own prop wash pretty easily. I was flying down that hallway and it was creating a bit of a prop wash, and I didn't have any issues with stability from side to side. So that was good to see. I was a little concerned because I totally forgot to bring those guards with me, but it didn't look like it mattered at all. As far as the video goes, the auto ISO is really, really sensitive, a little bit too sensitive for my taste. However, nobody would ever do something like this from a professional standpoint for a realtor. So it's not something that really, is a big deal. However, I would love to see DJI allow us to manually control these settings because it's a pain in the neck. I know, like, when I fly, I like to set my ISO to whatever I want, or even my shutter speed to whatever I want, and really control the image. And I get it that this drone is meant for the beginner, somebody who doesn't probably have any understanding of cameras, but it doesn't matter, because guess what? You're only a beginner for the first couple of flights, and then after that, you're no longer a beginner. So they should allow you to make those changes, or at the very least, add that in a future software update. But honestly, it didn't do too bad in low light situations. The auto white balance was pretty dead on. It was almost better than my Sony camera in some instances, but the photos, comparing to the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom, they're really close. Again, I get it. These are just JPEGs, and some people will say, well, maybe that's just how you edit. You're making those photos look extra good. Is that a word? Extra good? That's not the case. It's just that if you nail your exposure, it makes it a lot easier to make the photos look a little bit better in post. Again, I'm replacing the skies on all these because, well, it's a really gloomy day. And whether it was the Mavic 2 Pro or the Mavic Mini, I would still replace the skies on a day like this because we don't always get to choose the weather that we're shooting in. So, but all in all, I thought that was just an interesting experiment nonetheless, just to see how it did in the interior of a house and to see if you could use it if you were in a pinch. Because let's get it straight. Like, if you're going to start a real estate photography business and you're just doing interior photos and exterior photos, this could come in handy, so you don't have to buy a $1,200 tilt shift lens, which could totally throw your budget off. I know some realtors have a pretty crucial budget as far as what they allow, and if you're a real estate photographer, you may not want to have to buy a $1,200 lens right out of the gate. So just something to add to the conversation. It is doable, but it's not perfect as you see in some of these shots. It's definitely not perfect, but it can get you by if you're just starting out. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this video, this format. If you enjoyed, smash that like button. If you didn't, that other button is always available and open. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. I don't know how to outro this. It's a matter with me.